Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. If you are so alive and you're still breathing, welcome to another edition of JakKlauZ TV. You are staring at me. So, how is everybody doing at 10:36 at night on a wonderful Monday morning or a Monday afternoon? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing just super. No, nothing bugs me. So, if you guys never for the site. No, I don't have a walk up. I'm starting my trip. So anyway, I am feeling great. Because, like, I'm surrounded by people that love me. And I noticed that I've been, feeling a little bit more superb and much better now that the night's getting a little bit more. Oh, mama way. Yeah. But, anywho. So I really and truly have been trying to figure out some things. And one of the things that I've been trying to figure out is a lot of other people have been saying to me, Jack, if you have people who basically tell you that you have to figure out your own way home and you figure out your own ride and everything, they're not really your friends. Well, we don't know that when we're sitting there at the time of the heat of passion or the heat of battle or wherever. We don't really know what we're doing. So we really haven't really figured out life yet. Because sometimes life doesn't throw you curveballs unless you're really and truly trying to have issues. And I've never really had any problems, trying to figure out things. I've always been pretty carefree and charismatic when it comes to things, happening, in my life. I kind of just think, God, if I just really and truly am having one of those days, do I literally just curl up into a ball and just think, well, shit, that's not going to work. So what do I do? What do I change up? What do I do differently than I did before? So that's one of the things that's on my mind. There's always a question, there's always an answer, there's always a situation, you never really know. So I got to go to Little Falls. That's where I got to pick up. Huh? Little Falls Country Inn and Suites. All right. I could have waited about 2 hours before I went over there because I'll be sitting in Little Falls for about 2 hours. The person won't show up till later. And then that's fine, but I don't come into work until what's it called tomorrow? Oh yeah. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. Hey, I stopped long enough. Now I have a car coming up my ass. Anyway. So, one of the things that is really on my mind right now is the fact that when I was walking around, I learned something. You can even get heat stroke at nighttime. Yes. It doesn't even have to be hot outside. You can get heat stroke. And you can have stuff happen to you if you're not properly hydrated. So if you're walking on a back road or someplace and you're walking home and it's not even say if it's 71 degrees outside, there's a little bit of a breeze going on, you can still get heat stroke. Yeah, because your body gets hot. And when your body gets hot and you start sweating very, very profusely, and you start sweating to the point where you realize to yourself that you just don't know what the hell's going on, and you sit down and you're like, holy shit, where the hell am I? then you're like, whoa, what just happened? Like, seriously, what just freaking happened? Well, when I walked and I got over to MT's, I didn't tell you guys in the post that I fainted because, one, I kind of didn't remember that I did it. The only thing that I remember is that I was dropped off at Days Inn. Moments before I was dropped off, or moments before I got to the Days Inn, this is what I heard. So, bro, how are you going to get home? And I was like, well, I'll probably walk. And he's like, okay, it's not my problem. Bye. That's what I heard. So, those were the famous last words. It's okay, it's not my problem. Bye. Whatever, you know. So, I ended up walking home from Days Inn, 2.5 miles, and then I thought that when I got home, I didn't have any problems because it was 4 o'clock. I was like, when I got home, it was 4 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Yeah. 4 o'clock Saturday morning. So if I would have slept, I would have only gotten a couple of hours before the wedding. So I felt really bad. So Saturday, I laid down and took a nap. And then I got up to go to the bathroom. And I realized to myself that when I traveled that 2.5 miles, that distance, I realized to myself that, yeah, it's not bad to do if you have a bottle of water or a couple bottles of water and you're in great shape. I mean, you know, I am not in bad shape, okay? I'm out of shape, but I'm not in health risk phase. I am obese, yes. My body mass, my BMI is 46% over. You know, they want me to be 286 pounds. Well, you want to know something? I'm working on 286 pounds. I lift weights at home. I lift nothing but water bottles, 5-gallon bottles of water all the time. Do Kegel exercises. Don't drink soda. Yep. I drink so much goddamn water that, you know what, you can fill a bathtub and a pool with it twice. That's how much freaking water I drink. I drink more water than you're supposed to drink because sometimes they say you're not supposed to drink so much water because you can overhydrate yourself. Yeah. I also drink milk. I try to drink whatever damn milk from a cow or Prairie Farms or whatever milk that I can find that doesn't have high, like a lot of sugar content in it. You know, I drink milk because I think milk's supposed to be good for you. But according to some people, too much milk is too bad for you as well. So, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's never any alternatives. Now, I don't drink energy drinks or Monsters or Rock Stars anymore. I drink these things called Celsius. Celsius is supposedly supposed to be some kind of energy drink that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, or doesn't have a lot of, you know, high fructose corn syrup or any of these different flavorings in it that JFK doesn't want us to have. JFK Jr. or JFK or whatever the hell this guy's name is president that wants to get rid of all the high fructose corn syrup and wants us to get rid of all this stuff that's so bad for us that we eat all the time because we love it, because it's, you know, it's in everything. We have aspartame in all of our shit because they want us to lose weight all the time, but that doesn't help for anything. It doesn't help for jack shit. Losing weight means that they want you to eat less with everything. Well, when you only eat one fucking meal a day, your life can change. And I don't eat a lot of things either. I eat one damn meal a day. Sometimes I don't eat anything. Yeah. Because the reason I don't eat anything is because sometimes I just don't want to eat. I mean, I get peppers and mushrooms and onions and olives and all that stuff on my pizza because I want all the good stuff. And then that way nobody else eats the pizza that I buy because everybody's like, oh, that's gross, the toppings are terrible. Well, you know what? I don't really care. But I'm trying to change my life, and I'm trying to do everything in my power to make me feel positive, make myself feel better about myself, and I know I have friends that do that. I love my friends. I love the people who take care of me. You know, I love everybody who actually thinks that I should be alive. And I'm glad that there are people out there that care about me and that want me around. There are some people out there that just think I'm a dime a dozen, and they're like, yeah, whatever, Jack. F you and the horse you rode in on. But I'm not trying to be anybody. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. And I sure as hell don't want to do anything wrong. Hey guys, look. It's cops in St. Cloud. Bad boys, bad boys. Yeah, it's cops in St. Cloud. What are you going to do? Surprised you can't see the red and blue lights in my face. Bad boys, what you gonna do? So anyway, if you guys haven't noticed or you guys haven't seen, there are posts for Tracks Revolution, Tracksaholics up. That's my group. So if anybody gives a damn, if anybody cares, they can talk to me about joining it, or they can talk to me about liking it or whatever if they want to. I'm going to post pictures of Jeeps and Broncos and off-road vehicles and stuff like that. Or, you know, I'm gonna get stuff going on. Do some videos and have some fun, you know, post some stuff up. But a lot of things will be posted there for what we're going to do, and we're going to talk about where we're going to be at, different kinds of events and everything that I'm going to follow, because, you know, that's what I do. It won't let me make a damn Facebook page called Tracks Revolution Tracksaholics, but if you want to find information for the Tracks Revolution Tracksaholics, the guys over at Twitch, or not Twitch, the guys over at X or Twitter, they let me make a Tracksaholic account because, you know, Elon Musk is amazing, by the way. He actually is a pretty cool guy and not a little bitch. So yeah, I made a group called the Tracks Revolution Tracksaholics, and yeah, it's part of my JakKlauZ page. So I think it's going to go pretty good. We'll post stuff from Tracks Revolution's YouTube channel, and then we'll post it from the YouTube channel to the Facebook group, and we'll get everything all worked and progress, you know. I am going to start doing Trackscast podcasts here. They'll be on here, and then we'll do them, you know, for anything else later in the future when I'm at home, because that's what I want to do. So when I go to a couple events and stuff like that, or when I get my car fixed, right now the background picture is of my Mini Cooper, which a lot of people don't like that car, but I figured I'd just post it on there and say what I have to say, and then I'll go through and I'll make a new banner here in a couple of days. So we'll just make a new banner, we'll get it all made up, and we'll have it, you know, just whatever we are. So it's basically Tracks Revolution Tracksaholics. That's what we are. We're the Tracksaholics. And basically what we do is we go to tracks, we race on them, we lay them, we burn out, we do all kinds of stuff. But when we're at a different meet, like when we're respecting Mad or we're respecting XX, we don't, you know, do any of that kind of stuff to disrespect them. We follow and respect their rules, and, you know, we just be really cool because we love everything with, you know, a motor and wheels. That's what we do. We have a passion for motorsports and all kinds of other fun stuff. That's what Traxaholics do. It's kind of like Hoonigans, but it's more local. And we do not drink and drive. Come on now. That's not what we are. We're not drinking and driving. No, we don't drink and drive. You get a designated driver, and we have somebody drive us, and then they walk home 2.5 miles back to their apartment after they drop you off at their hotel or their establishment. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. We'll figure this all out. We'll take care of it, you know. I'm still KamoKlauZ and you're not. We'll figure all this out together. We'll get through this together. So, we live our lives every day like it's our last day on this earth. And like, you know, I literally experienced almost my last day on this earth. And that was on Saturday morning. Shaggy's coming to Grand Casino Mille Lacs on the August 8th. Shaggy. It wasn't me. Saw me banging on the sofa. It wasn't me. Got me on the counter. It wasn't me. Got me on camera. Just got me on sofa. I'm singing now. That's not that guy. It's me. It's me. It's JakKlauZ. See. So if you're ever in the Sartell area, you know, and you're lonely, and you want to go see some cool people, go to Sugar Daddy's. Tell them KamoKlauZ sent you. Used to be a good customer there. Yeah. I used to know a lot of cool people because a lot of people used to love me. Bugs! There's so much bugs in this van. So yeah, I'm going to Little Falls, a couple miles from here, about 30. Yeah, about 35 maybe, I think. So yeah, I got to pick up a passenger and take him home, or take him down to White Park, and then they go to the airport, and then I don't come to work until like 16:30 tomorrow or 18:30 tomorrow. So about 6:30 tomorrow. Yeah. But I'll be up at like 16:30 tomorrow, so I have 2 hours to try to get me to work tomorrow. I'm probably going to end up calling my mother, Julie. I'm going to end up calling my stepmother and having Julie come pick me up, because I can count on Julie to pick me up because she's a great lady and I love her to death. I think she's great. You know, because she says that two awesome people need to be around awesomer people. And I just don't know what's going on, but I hope these people get my car in soon, because, I mean, they're holding on to my car like a fat kid on a cupcake. I mean, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but, I mean, it's got to be done. I mean, there's so much going on, but... Oh yeah, and by the way, if you want to, win a Jeep and $50,000 in cash, a Jeep Gladiator, a red one, there's a company called Redline Society. They're all over my page. And they're giving away a Jeep Gladiator with $50,000 in the glove box, and then basically you can have the cash and the Jeep at the same time. But what you got to do is you got to buy something on their website. I did it. I bought like a $15 subscription. So they take $15 out of my account, give me a couple entries every once in a while. And you know what? I'd love to win a Jeep. I'd love to win a Jeep. I'd love to win a Gladiator. I'd love to win whatever. The $50,000 cash would help too. That would be nice. I mean, everybody wants to win the lottery. Everybody wants to be happy. Yeah. I mean, everybody's hoping for that what if situation in their life. Or what if that happened? Or what if this happened? Or what would happen? Or what would change if this happened? You know, I'm the kind of guy who sits there and thinks that, hey, if I won the lottery, I'd pay off all my debts. I'd pay off my parents' debts. I'd take care of everything. I'd see how much money I have left over after everything is all said and done. And then maybe I would go give it to the homeless. Or maybe I would go help people out. I would help less fortunate people who don't have it like I do. Because, you know, when you have the lottery, you're happy. You're positive until you spend all your money and then you're back to square one. People say, invest it, Jack. Invest it, invest it, invest it. You know what you do? You bury it in the backyard so you don't fucking find it. You put it someplace where you can find it later when you need it. That's what you do. You put it in things that you just don't expect to look for it. That's what you do. But you want to know it's there in case you need it. In case the world goes down in hell in a handbasket, you'll know that your money's there. Best thing to do is just leave it in a bank account. I mean, hell, you have money in your bank account. Maybe that's more than it's ever, you know, been approved by the FDA or the Bank Bureau. But like, you know, remember FDIC? You know, you have the member FDIC, which they only, I think, allow you to have $250,000 in your account or $500. Then anything over that they lose. So I mean, if you have more than that in your account, which I've never had in my life, I would never know what to do with it. I mean, you can't put it in a coffee can and bury it, because if you bury it, then you forget where it's at. Yeah. I mean, some people just want to be happy. I mean, they want to bury it in mattresses. Yeah. Learn how to save money in mattresses. Sleep on $100 bills, man. That's the way I'd do it. Sometimes people sit here. They say at night, they say, you know, I can't believe that I'm living my life like it's my last day on this earth. They go to work, they party, they get done, they do what they got to do, they turn around, and they say, you know what, I'm happy. People say, are you really happy? Are you really sure that that's what you want to do? You want to be happy. You want to be, you know, up in this club. You want to be, you know, going for it. So what you do is you basically take the money that you have and you invest it into things. You put it into land. You put it into stuff that you just think that maybe if you had money on it, that you make more money out of it. You never know what's going to happen until you try. You just never know. You've got to try. You've got to try new things. You've got to have a positive attitude, and things will be better for you. Sit there and have a negative attitude all the time, and no one's ever going to take you serious. You want to get a girl in a club? You want to get a girl in a bar? You want to know something? Only way you're going to get a girl in a bar, bro. There is no easy, squeezy, lemon peasy way of making a girl hang out with you. You have to have money, and and you have to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in being positive. That's what you got to be. From here. Well, last I looked, I didn't really give a fuck. Because I'm only in Little Falls, man. I don't have to go very far. Little Falls is just a couple miles outside of Rice. I'll tell you one thing. This guy is no longer walking from Days Inn to Holiday Inn every night and collapsing out at MT's. I'm going to go to MT's and I'm not going to collapse. I'm going to go home before shit hits the fan, and I'm going to walk home. I'm going to drive home from my car. And that's what I'm going to do. Because that's what I want to do. I want to drive home. That's how I live. I can't believe that a person who I called bro, who I called a friend, I can't believe that I called him up on Friday night to go out. And he's like, yeah, we'll go out, we'll go do what we got to do. And he's like, you're going to drive the van, right? Or the company truck. I said, yeah, I'll drive your company truck. I'll do what I got to do. I'll keep you from getting a DUI. Because trust me, I care about you getting home tonight than I care about my own damn self. I get to Days Inn. He goes, man, how are you going to get home? I said, I don't know. I never thought about that. But I guess that's my problem. And he's like, yep, that's your problem. You got to figure out how to get home. Because the thing is that it's not my problem because I have a vehicle and I have an apartment. I have a place to stay. Because the company's paying for it and I have a company truck. Which is perfectly fine. The price of a DUI is a hell of a lot better than, paying for a friend who gets killed at night because he dies of like a heart attack or something like that. Because I'll tell you right now, nobody wants to bury somebody because that costs a hell of a lot more than car payments does. But I don't know, man. I'll tell you, man, I've tried to be nice. I've tried to be cool, calm, and collected. Pretty much do what everybody tells me to do because that's the way Jack lives his life. Jack sits there and goes, what do you want? I'll take care of you. Because there is nobody to take care of me. I sit in my apartment at night sometimes. I sit in my apartment at night sometimes. And I think to myself, if I died in my apartment by myself, nobody would even know I died. No. Because the thing is after a couple of days, work would wonder where I was at. Yeah. Work would wonder where I was at. Then people would call my phone, call my Facebook, or message my messenger and everything else trying to find me. Then nobody would be able to get into my apartment because my apartment's like Fort Knox to get into. You have to have a key to get into it. Andrew would have to go over there. Andrew, my landlord, he'd have to go over there. He'd have to open the door or kick the door down to get inside. Which he'd open the door and he'd go inside. And then he'd notice, when he opened the door where I am. So if you die alone in your apartment, nobody would even know that you died. No. Because it's not like you have, a heart rate monitor or something that's like a help I've fallen and I can't get up kind of thing wrapped around you when you're young. Because you don't have one of those things in your house. No, you don't have one of those things in your house. You don't have one of those collapsible things in your house when you're under 70 or not even on hospice. Because you don't think you need one of those things. Because you think you're going to be perfectly fine to be able to dial 911 before you die. Or before you choke on something or before you die. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, I don't really think that's the case. Because sometimes when you're by yourself, people do stupid things to dislodge food from their backs. They'll crash into their wall backwards at 100 miles an hour to give themselves like the Heimlich maneuver or something, like a back blow. Yeah. Or they'll choke and try to spit it out or drink water or whatever. That's what a lot of people will do. Because nobody knows what's going to happen to us. Yeah. Nobody knows when their final destination is going to come. Just because it shows it in a movie doesn't mean that it's going to happen right then and there. I'm never ready to die. But I know that if I did, you just got to wonder who's going to be there. Yeah. You just got to wonder. Who have I not pissed off in my family who's going to show up for my funeral, carry my casket, or spread my ashes? Because nobody wants that. Nobody wants to spread ashes of their young kid or their older kid. Nobody wants to bury their kid. No. The parents want to be buried by the kids and son, like the son and the daughters, before they bury themselves. And a lot of people look at me and they say, Jack, are you sure about this? Are you serious about this? How do you know this is? It's not like I sit here and analyze it every day, but I think about it because that's how my mind works. I'll turn the TV off and I'll sit there and I'll think about it in my chair. And I'll go, dude, if I literally died tonight, there would be nobody there to see me. Because there would be nobody who comes to my house. The only thing that you can do is make sure on your phone that when you hold 9 down, 9, yes, the number 9, when you hold the number 9 down, that sumbitch rings right to the chief's phone on the ambulance. Because the ambulance shows up, then you're probably safe. But if somebody else shows up, you probably only have seconds. Like I said, I'm not trying to win any popularity contest. I'm not trying to win any records or anything like that. Or I'm going to flip out No. I'm going to sit here and be the wonderful guy that I am, and I'm going to take the people from White Park to wherever the heck they want to go. Whether it's going to the airport, Brainerd, Alexandria, it don't make a damn bit of difference. Little Falls, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference because I'm here to help them. I'm here to make their lives better. I'm not mega. I'm not making America great again. I'm making lives better. Yeah. The bird. Yes. I'm making lives better. Mab. Yeah, Mab. MAD. Making America not mad. Making America dead. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably ticking somebody off. They'll probably find some way to hate me. Or probably think that I'm just blocking the airway. So, there is literally no more porn paraphernalia in my house anymore. I got rid of all the damn tools. I got rid of all the damn pumps. I got rid of all the bullshit. I'm not. It's just fun to sit here and wonder how hard it is to drive at night sometimes, and your body's just frustrated because you're trying to figure out, dude, do I stay awake or do I go to bed? Do I stay awake and go to bed? And it's like 10:16 in the morning. Kind of wish that I was in like a dogfight. The guy had me locked in my sights. He just shot the trigger and he blew my freaking wings off. And I ended up going crashing and dying into a freaking mountainside. But then it pans the mountainside and people think I'm dying. But I actually jumped out right at the last minute. And I heard the song Edmund Fitzgerald. Good song. Yeah, good song. And I heard that song, and, you know, keep on thinking to myself, why couldn't just anybody play that song at a party? You know, there comes a time in a person's life where they need to realize to themselves that maybe, just maybe, just once in a lifetime, things can just go the way they're supposed to. Well, I'm in my final. I'm just gonna leave the thing on because I don't have a while till my passenger comes. So run over to Holiday here and grab a couple Celsiuses. Yep. Go inside and grab a Celsius. then I'm going to go pick up my passenger over at the place, and we're going to go from there, you know? Because it's just how it is, bro. Yeah, we're just going to make it right, all right? That's what we're going to freaking do. Be right back after these messages. Right back. Hey, I'm back! Did you miss me? No one does. So, I have a lot of people asking me. They say, Jack, you know... So I have people ask me, Jack, so what do you do to get through your life? And I said, well, some of the things that have happened with my life, I don't really know. You know? Because I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence, because when I wake up in the morning, I get up and I think, you know, I'm actually a pretty decent guy. A lot of people in this world actually like me. Some people think I'm actually pretty funny. They think, you know, Jack's a pretty decent kind of guy. He's actually funny. He actually lives his life to the fullest, unlike some of these other a-holes out there in this world. And he knows exactly what he wants. But sometimes you just can't win. You know, you just can't win. Like, sometimes you think you're doing so great, and then you just turn around and shit just, you know, boggles the freaking mind. And what it is, to be 100% honest with you, it's because not everybody knows how the outcome of their life is going to be. Like, I don't know the outcome of my life. No, I've never ever, you know, I've never ever looked into that far. I've never ever thought, well, shit, dude, you know, am I going to die tomorrow, or am I going to live a long and fruitful life where someone's going to just say to me, well, Jack, you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And you sit there and you sit there and you have this fortune teller kind of lifestyle that you live, and you want to be hanging out with the cool kids. You want to be, like, you know, friends with, like, all these cool people. And you just want to be happy. But the one thing that you sit here and you think about more than anything in the world is, how am I going to live for the future? Like, what's my outlook on life like? Yeah. Hmm? Hmm? Like, hmm? Like, yeah. And people wonder, do they actually, like, you know, do they actually sit here and they think to themselves, you know, do they actually think to themselves that they are living a different kind of lifestyle? I mean, there are so many people in this world that just think about everything that they do. Hmm? They think about everything that they do. And they think, if I did it differently, first, if I did it differently, then I wouldn't be in the situation I am now. But see, nobody knew that when we were kids. Yeah. Nobody knew how our life was going to go. No. We didn't think that. We thought that if we did everything that adults told us, like, you know, if we saved money, you know, if we saved money, then adults were saying that we weren't trying to have fun. Some of us thought that, oh yeah, adults were just saying that they wanted us to save money so that, you know, we couldn't go out and have fun. Well, actually, they were actually right. You know? Because adults are telling us to save money because when you get to be their age, if you would have saved all that fucking money instead of spending it on video games and friends and bullshit and everything else, you'd be a multimillionaire and you would never be in this problem. That's what it is. They were telling you. They were telling you how to prepare for the future. Because they went through the same bullshit that you went through. Now. So, listen to them. Because, you know, they're obviously telling you something. Because they're obviously saying, hey, we fucked up, we know what it's like. So, listen to us. Because, you know, we'll tell you something that's right. And everybody will tell you something wrong. You know? Because your parents are obviously right. Yeah. Or people who are obviously telling you something have been in the situation before that you've gone through. And they were like, holy shit. If somebody would have told us that, you know, probably wouldn't be in this situation. See, if people knew in life that something bad was going to happen to them, they wouldn't do it. No. It's like people telling me, you have a 1 in 40 some odd chance of winning the lottery. Or getting struck by lightning, then you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery. I said this earlier. Yeah. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning in a thunderstorm than you do winning the lottery. But in a thunderstorm, who the fuck is standing outside? Yeah. Why are you watching a lightning storm? Why are you not in your house? Why are you away from it? Yeah. What channels your anger or your inner chi to make you go out there and look at a thunderstorm? By the way, a really good snack, if you really want a good snack, yeah, Have some Funyuns and beef jerky. Yeah. It tastes like steak and onions. Mm-hmm. Tell you one thing. In Minnesota, the mosquitoes sure have gotten bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have. But, you know, I know it sucks, but people who've been older than you, they're going to tell you something to do. And yeah, you should do it. But nowadays, all kids do is watch YouTube videos and watch other people play video games. So freaking stupid. It's so weird. It's so crap. I can't believe that kids will sit there on an iPad and they'll watch other people play video games. And, you know, they're played by guys who are in their 40s or in their 30s on YouTube. I miss back in the day when we just had, you know, we'd go outside until the lights went off out in the neighborhood. We'd play kickball, we'd do all sorts of stuff. What's up, Brendan? And, you know, we'd play kickball, we'd do all this fun stuff until the lights went out. Some kids would play video games, and they'd get freaking tired of doing it. I mean, there were some times when I would play video games all day long, and I would hate it. And I would hate it, but then my parents would tell me, Jack, go outside and do something. And I'd be like, you know, get bent. But then I was like, you know what, they're probably right. You know, go do something. I remember one time, my dad brought this big, huge tarp from a building at Turner Construction Company. Mm-hmm. And we laid that down in our backyard in our grass. And we had the whole neighborhood back there sliding down the hill. Yeah. They closed the pool down. Yeah, they closed the pool down because somebody shit in the pool, but then everybody came over to my house and slept on the slip and slide. Mm-hmm. It was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Fucking Celsius, man. No sugar. 270 milligrams of caffeine. A lot of aminos. And kosher. Accelerates metabolism, physic, and cognitive performances with no artificial colors. Celsius Meta Plus formula including green tea with EGCG, ginger, and granada seeds turns thermogenesis, a process that boosts your metabolic rate. Drink Celsius prior to fitness activities helps energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Celsius provides essential energies to live fit. Your ultimate fitness partner. Energy Plus Zero Sugar Essential Performance. I like these damn things. Yeah, they say to drink one of these things before you work out or something. It doesn't do anything for you. I mean, it probably just makes you bounce off the walls for about 2.5 hours, but I'm almost done with work, so I need all the benefits I can get. Should have had one of these damn things when I was walking home from Days Inn. Probably would have made it home. God, sometimes I wish that I would have just never been a fat ass. No. Sometimes wish that I would have been a person who would, learn how to walk everywhere. Like walk, from my house. Now, I wish I was a person that would, do what they do in the military. Everywhere the military people go, they usually ran. Back in the day, remember when the Army commercial, when it used to be the Army of One? You remember they used to show the guy putting a big backpack on his back, and then he would run across the desert? Yeah. He was running across the desert. And he was going, if he was going somewhere, he was running. Yeah. That was like the Forrest Gump mentality. If I was going someplace, I was running. I wish I had that fucking mentality. I remember when my friend Brian Sullivan used to take his hockey skates, put them in his backpack. Right? He used to put the sumbitches in his backpack. And then if he had to walk home, he would roller skate home. And now that I got so big, I can't even ride a skateboard anymore. I used to be able to ride a skateboard. I used to have the greatest skateboard in the world. I had one of the best skateboards in the world. It was made. So if you ever watch the Ninja Turtles movie, the first Ninja Turtles movie, when Michelangelo is skating down in the sewer, he has a board that looks like a giant, like it looks like a Ninja Turtle. It looks like a Ninja Turtle thing. That board is made by Mike Gator Rogalski. It was called the Mike Gator Rogalski board. It was made by Vision. Yeah. And I used to have that board. And some dickhead in my neighborhood in Fairfax, Virginia stole the fucking thing from me. His name was David. So when we moved from Fairfax, Virginia to North Dakota, he left his skateboard out, which was a Tony Hawk board. It was a Power Peralta Tony Hawk board, and I stole that sumbitch from his ass. Threw it in the moving van. Yeah, threw it in the moving van. Told my parents we were ready to go, and I was like, you steal my skateboard, I steal yours, motherfucker. So I did. But they're making fat boy skateboards again. Yep. They're making these fat boy skateboards again. And I would like to buy one. Because it'd be a lot funner on that than anything else. What the hell is that chick doing? Oh, she's doing leg exercises. There's a chick over here at Anytime Fitness. It looks like she's like not doing anything. And she's like going up on her back. And she's like lifting up her back, like the backs of her legs. I don't know, man. See, but not everybody's prepared for everything in this life. Now, I like longboards, but there's no way to stop them. Once you get a longboard going, you can't stop. No. So, you jump off the thing is what you do. You jump off of it and you jump in the grass. I remember also back in the day I had a scooter. I had a really kick-ass scooter. It was made by GT Bikes or Predator or something. I can't remember who the fuck made it. But now it wasn't one of those Razor scooters. No, it was one of those nicer ones. It was the big ones with the brakes. Yeah, it had brakes on it. Yep. It had brakes on it. It had a rotor. So you could spin the wheel all the way around. Yeah. Yeah, so you could spin the wheel all the way around. It was really cool. Yeah. It was so fun. And I had this scooter. My God, was this scooter nice. And somebody stole my scooter. Yep. I had one that had the big tire in the front. That was like a fat scooter is what it was like. It was really big. It had a skateboard in the middle. It had like, like one of those knobby tires in the back. It was made for going off-roading. It was made for doing all sorts of crazy stuff with. And it was fun. Yeah. And someone stole that shit from me, too. I don't know. Thing is that I've always wondered what kind of life I would ever live if things would have just, if I would have just done, no, if I would have done what I know now, like, if I would have just done everything that my parents told me, never lived a life, never had any friends, just did what they did, like save money and just go to work all the time, would I have been better off? Would I ever met Joe? Would I ever, meet the friends that I had? You just wonder, man. Maybe we made mistakes in our lives because we were supposed to meet these people who are going to help us out in the later. I don't know. Because everything happens for a reason, man. I have people who sit here and tell me that I'm a weird person because one of the things about me is that I'm literally not afraid to go piss outside. No. I'll aim away from the street and I'll piss outside. Yeah. I won't get a decent exposure or anything like that. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go pee away from everybody. But I'll do it outside. Yeah. But they think it's so weird. I had a person the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, Troy Dolphy said something to me. He's like, dude, I don't care who you are. He's like, you're the type of guy who will go outside and who will literally pee outside and not give a shit. He's like, I find that so intriguing. Or not intriguing, but he says he finds that so funny. Yeah. Because I'll go out there and I'll piss outside and not worry about anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to be doing the same exercises when I get home tonight. Man, they made my legs look like that. I'm kidding. No. But I literally got rid of my porn tonight. No, I'm proud of myself. Because I'm not going to go back to that. I was literally going to sell myself on Pornhub and OnlyFans and try to make people, talk to me and be a Santa Claus that does bad things on Pornhub and OnlyFans. I was going to be called Naughty Claus. Yeah. No, I was going to be called Jack Smith's Naughty Claus. That was going to be my handle. Yeah. Yeah. Naughty Claus 69. Yep. I was going to do stuff to try to make money. Because everybody else is trying to get rich off of the internet, so why can't I? I love these stupid games that you get on your phone. They're like, yeah, you play this game and it deducts every time you win money, it goes into your account. Every time I ever played one of these games, it deducted money from my account. I was like, what? I'm losing money. I was like, that's not how it works. So I was like, screw that. I can't believe. I don't know what this person's doing, but there's a person in Anytime Fitness over here in Little Falls by the Country Inn and Suites. And they're doing leg exercises. Oh, it's a guy. Okay. Yeah, it's a guy doing leg exercises. Basically, he's laying on his back, and he's putting weights in between his legs, and then he's lifting his legs up in the air, like doing L raises, kind of like to work his core. Yeah. And now he's kind of doing like a thing where you take a weight and you have it in between your shoulders and you're going from side to side. Yeah, he's doing that. So he paid money to do exercises that you could do at home in your house. I mean, he's doing exercises, which is fine. He's doing more than I am. I mean, I do the same thing at home, but I do it later in the night when I get done with work. I do my Kegel training for my legs, my Kegel pelvic trainer. I do all my Kegel exercises to work my inner and outer thighs, or my inner thighs, and I work my core and my core and my stomach and my arms. And then I'm going to do squats tomorrow because I'm going to do legs tomorrow. Yeah. I'm trying to do as many squats as like Yami or Yager. And if you guys know, that's over like 20,000 squats. Yeah. But no, I never make fun of anybody for doing fitness. I mean, if a person wants to work out, man, more power to you. It's better than being a fat ass. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nobody really ever understands what kind of working out they do as long as they do it. No, I'm actually still here. It's just that the light went out in the van because it was tired of sitting. But I'm about to go to the bathroom anyway, so. Yeah. this way. But anyway. The person who was the one that basically made it. Yeah. My dad basically is the one that, he was the one that told me you could basically pee anywhere you want to. Yeah. No. You could basically piss anywhere you wanted to, as long as you didn't aim towards the street. Yeah. As long as you didn't aim towards the street. Nope. You could piss anywhere you wanted to. Yep. Because, okay, according to law, you can piss in public as long as you don't, this is what it was back in the day when I was a kid. If you piss in public, you can piss in public as long as you're not aiming the street. You know, as long as you're not whipping your junk out and somebody sees it, then you can get filed for indecent exposure. Yeah. But if you're sitting there, and you're not causing any problem, there ain't nobody around, then you can let that sucker fly and piss anywhere you want to. Yeah. It's water. It's not like it's killing anything. It's not like it's acid coming out of the fucking thing. No. I had a kid last night. I don't know if this kid's dumber than a box of rocks or what the hell his fucking problem is. But he was telling me that drinking milk from your mother is like drinking urine or something. Yeah. That's what he told me. Yes. So that's why he doesn't buy, that's what he told his girlfriend, or he told his wife, that she wasn't allowed to breastfeed his child because the milk was piss. That's what he said to me. I don't know if he was high or if he was fucked up or whatever, but I really don't have any idea. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Yeah. I really don't know. Sometimes. People are just so weird. And then they say that I'm weird because I drink milk weird. Or that I can't have, like, they say that it's so weird that I can't eat, like, chocolate or ice cream or chocolate or cookies or milk or like, a piece of cake unless I have a thing of milk. Nothing wrong with that. I love milk, dude. Yeah. I really don't know anymore. Yeah. I really don't know anymore. I remember growing up and watching movies like, you know, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and learning about, Mr. Hand and how he was, giving Spicoli shit about being a surfer, and how Spicoli was always screwed up all the time, and how he was all like, no shirt, no shoes, no dice, trying to learn everything in life. When the world throws you curveballs, well, you can sit there and swing at it all you want to. Or you can analyze the situation and learn how to knock it out the park. Pick your pitch and just swing at it. Well, but everybody at one time in their life has made a mistake and paid from it. And then we look back and we analyze things. And we go, dude, if we would have just listened to our parents, it would have been perfectly fine. Well, but then, sometimes if you don't ever live your life, you'll never get out of life alive. You'll never realize to yourself that there's more to life if you live it. If you have fun. I mean, but we also live in a world where things are so expensive now. Like, eggs sometimes are $20 for 18 of them. Or, the inflation is so high that sometimes, things cost a little bit more now than it did back in the day. I mean, shit. Back in the day, gas was like, sometimes gas was $2. And sometimes it was easy to get to a place, walking and everything else. And now, you walk anywhere in this place, someone's either out to kill you, steal your shit, or just fuck with you because they have nothing better to do. Yeah. I mean, there are places that you go in St. Cloud that you can't even walk around anymore because it's taken over by people who just want to start shit. Because they have nothing better to do. No, you don't. I'm surprised I even made it home last night. I'm surprised I made it home. And I was walking home in a Minnesota Wild jersey. I had a Minnesota Wild jersey on, a pair of suspenders, a pair of bibs, Yeah. I had a pair of overalls on. No shirt on underneath. And a Wild jersey on. That's what I had. And a hat. And I was walking home. And I'm surprised that somebody didn't ask me for my wallet. Or ask me for my shit. Because everybody says that St. Cloud is such a bad place to live. Anywhere you go is a bad place to live. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But we live in a world where people are always so worried about what other people got going on that when you talk about things, they always throw it into a political thing, or they always throw it into something else. See, Tommy Lee posted this thing the other day on one of his posts. That was a dig at Donald Trump or something like that, and whatever. And I'm like, dude, stop posting political stuff. No one cares. Yeah. Because the thing is that every time something happens in political things, everybody's so quick to post it. I love Tommy Lee. He's one of the greatest guys in the world. I love him more than anything in the world. You know? But I don't love him when he posts political stuff. I don't love it when people post things about political things. Because politics doesn't need to be talked about. No. If we would just take every day for what they give us, like everything that is done in this world is done for a reason. I mean, we do have inflation. We do have problems. Now, the president taking people and sending them back to their countries who are here, on green card statuses or are here on work visas or whatever like that, they shouldn't be taken back. They shouldn't be sent back to their countries. They should be able to work here and get their citizenship. But everybody seems to come here to America to get away from their own country because things are different here. But if we were to go to another country and we were to ask for things like that and other things, how would we be treated? Yeah, how would we be treated? If I went to a country and I asked for food stamps and I asked for money and I asked for things, they wouldn't give it to me because they would say, hey, you're not even from here. That's what they would say. That's what they would say. They would say, you're not even from here. Or apply for citizenship and then ask for it. Because when you go to another country, they want you to be just like them. But in America, we let you be who you are, but follow our rules. If we have rules, you have to follow them. What up, Jen? What up, Tristan? Or what up? What up, Jen? Sorry, dude. What up, T? Sorry, bro. But we have rules that you have to follow. We have rules that you have to take care of. Because if we went to your country and we didn't follow your rules, you would treat us like a guest in your country. You would treat us like a guest in your country. You'd probably arrest us or put us in jail. But here in the great state of the United States, we let you do whatever the hell you want to. Now, do I think it's bad that Donald Trump is taking people and sending them back to their country? It's terrible. It's the worst thing in the world. It's breaking up families. It's doing all this other stuff. But it's also showing that you just can't come to America and get everything given to you. You have to work for it. And I'm trying to work for things. You know? Wow, you wrote in Japanese something or another. I can't tell what that is. I don't know what that is, man. I don't understand it, dude. But anyway. But I'm trying to work hard to get things so that I can pay my bills and pay my stuff. But my parents are sitting here telling me that I'm pushing things away, or I'm blaming things on other people and stuff like that, when 90% of the time, it's my own damn fault. And I know it's my own damn fault. I take responsibilities for my own damn actions. I always do. Stop writing in Japanese. I can't understand it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're saying, dude. Jin, I have no idea what you're writing. I can't read it, dude. I mean, it's cool that you're posting it on here, but I can't read it. So I don't know what you're posting. So I can't tell if you're saying hi to me or if you're talking to me. But it's okay. I'm not, but anyway, because it's throwing me off here. I'm trying to get my sentence out. But, my name in Japanese. Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was. Anyway, so I'm trying to take responsibilities for all the things that I've ever done in my life. And I'm trying to say that, I've done things that have been wrong. We've all made mistakes. I mean, I'm glad. One of the things that I'm glad about is I'm glad that I never turned into an addict. That I never, turned into a drug addict, or I've never turned into somebody that's in rehab, or I've never done anything so bad in my life to where I'm a junkie, to where my parents, send me to rehab all the time, or I've come close to death because I've done so much heroin, or I've done so much weed, or I've done so much whatever, and everything. But weed isn't really all that bad. No, weed's not bad. It comes from the ground. Yes. No, you're not. You don't have distractions, bro. It's okay. It's fine. I just didn't know what the Japanese was. That's why I didn't know what it was. So I didn't know what was coming across my wall. It's fine, dude. You can talk to me. I enjoy viewers. I enjoy people on my wall. I just wish I would know what they were saying. Because when you come on my podcast and you come on my thing, we're Americans, so we speak English and we type in English is what we do. So that's basically what I'm getting at, Like Samuel L. Jackson. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? No. Say what again? Say what again? No. What? No. Anyway, but the thing is that I'm always trying to take responsibilities for everything that I've ever done in my life. And I'm going to. And I keep on sitting here saying that someday if I ever became a multimillionaire, or if somebody ever picked up something of mine, or if they ever, gave me a lot of money, I would turn around and find out what kind of debts I have first before I worry about buying a new car, or before I worry about doing stuff. One of the things in my life that I'm happy that I have my parents for is my parents can borrow me money, and I don't have to have my legs broken by the fucking, banks that I have that interest on my ass all the time, or anything like that. But the one thing... You don't know how to be negative in Japanese? Well, that's good. But I don't ever want my parents to ever hate me, and I sure as hell don't want my parents to bury me right now and anytime soon. I mean, I've hit rock bottom, And I'll tell you right now, I'm working on trying to get away from rock bottom. I'm trying to be with more positive people in my life. I'm trying to make things happen. I'm trying to take... I'm trying to take, all the negative energy in my life and turn it into positive things. Because that's what I want to do. And that's how I want to live my life. And people know that. People who know me know that I want to change my life around. And I'm not really worried what kind of president we have. But I know that he's our president. Donald Trump is our president. He's there right now. And we have to deal with him right now. And we have to deal with what he's doing for the president. Because that's what he is. That's what he is, So we have to deal with what he's doing right now as a president. We went through Joe Biden, okay? So we went through all of that stuff. Yeah, we went through all of that stuff. I didn't really care about Joe Biden. I don't really care about Donald Trump. I just care that the world is not overtaxing the people who need to be taxed. I think what we should do is people who work hard, who come here and do their jobs and provide for their families, they should get a reasonable paycheck every once in a while, and it shouldn't be taxed. And then if they want to do the roads and stuff like that, they just help with the paying for the roads and stuff. We do all of our stuff that we need in a budget. The world needs to budget money is what we need to do. But we don't need to give money for transgender surgeries to fucking Kenya or something like that. We don't need to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. We don't need to pay for useless shit. We need to fix everything. We need to give our veterans, and we need to give our veterans homes and places for them to stay. We need to help our economy and change it and turn it into something where your dollar actually goes somewhere. Instead of going for, $6 a carton for eggs, you should be able to buy 2 things of eggs for $6. We get the eggs from a chicken. And there's so many damn chickens all over this place. Yeah. We need Illuminati New World Order. Oh my God. Come on, Jen, really? We don't need to go that far. We just need a world where people work for each other and people can turn around and their dollar goes somewhere. Instead of always, sending money to other countries all the time, let's worry about the United States first. Let's worry about where we live. Then we'll worry about Canada. Then we'll worry about Kenya. We'll worry about Russia. We'll worry about all these other places. Right now, we need to worry about where we are, within city limits. Release. Well, that's some stupid guy from Twitch who's telling me that I got to get rid of my viewers. Well, the people from Twitch, this is what I think about you, okay? The guys from Twitch, this is what I think of you guys, okay? You guys can suck my fat finger right there. Because I'm not trying to get space. At least I'm not licking the microphone and trying to make it sound like I'm playing with myself. That's ridiculous. Those kind of videos need to be taken off Twitch. The girls floating around in stupid swimming pools, that needs to be taken off of Twitch. Yeah. Twitch should only be used for video games, for people playing video games, DJing, and people talking to fans. Not licking the microphone or playing around with their stupid boobs. It's not sex. There's also a site for that. It's called Cheddarbait or something else, They make porno sites that you guys can go to, which you guys can log into someone's account like KamSoda or something like that. And then you can follow the people, but then you have to pay for it. I mean, nobody really wants to listen to some chick lick a microphone. Oh, look, I'm on Twitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting off on this shit. Really? Yeah, that's what I think. But I don't understand why we, as a place, have to worry about other countries before we even worry about our own first. I've been trying to figure that out for years. But somebody will probably tell me that I'm wrong. They'll probably say that I'm not equal, that I don't take anything into consideration. You got to understand, I love all kinds of people. I don't care whether you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, any color, any race. I don't care who you are. I love all kinds of people. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you want to be what you want to be. That's your choice. That's who you are. That's your choice in the matter. You go to work. You do your job. You provide for yourself. You take care of yourself. And you donate money to society because you pay for things like everybody else does. Trade agreements, treaties, policies is the core. Yes, you're absolutely right. So, yes, Jen, you're right. Trade agreements, treaties, and policies all on the same core. We're all on the same page. We're not fighting all the time. We're not trying to see who's got a bigger dick. We're not trying to do that. What we're trying to do is we're all trying to get along to basically love one another. Lennon said it best. Lennon and the Beatles said, all you need is love. And the thing is that if we have never gone to war to fight for anything, why do we have to fight for things? We should never have to fight with each other. We should always be together. We should always love one another. They always want people to be nice. They always want people to be happy with each other. They want people to understand each other's, situation. Now, other countries have things that we need, and we have things they need. So why can't we just agree to say, hey, you give us a little bit of your stuff, we give you guys a little bit of our stuff, we pay an agreement on price. We come to an agreement, we don't fight anymore, because there's no reason to fight. There's no reason to hate on each other. Because we can all live as human beings. We all can live happy. Nice song, yes. It's also a song, too. It's also a song, But, yeah, what is love, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Yeah, but see, the world we live in, we can coexist with each other. I mean, back in the day, it used to be, I want to buy the world a Coke or Pepsi. I used to like it when we used to fight over what was better, Pepsi or Coke. That's what I used to like when it's over now. Now it's, do we really want to turn Canada into the 51st state? Really? Oh, damn, I noticed my typo. Well, anyway, I have to go because I have to pick up my passengers, so I'm done for the night. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you. Take care, and have a good one.